Greetings, YouTube. Today is a big day for the new season of Alliance Quest because, as of the time of recording this, and I'm sure it will be far less by the time the video hits my channel, there are only 3 hours and 25 minutes left until day 5 ends and we get those sweet glory rewards in a few hours. Now, some of you have done what I did, which is hoard your glory to make sure that you got the best value for it when the new glory store hit this week. But some of you didn't, which means the first chance for you to spend thousands of glory will be whenever you get the glory today. So in the spirit of that, I wanted to make this video on the best and worst values in the new glory store. Now, of course, my glory store purchase conversation is going to be tilted toward what my progression is, and that, of course, is Thronebreaker. But the principles that I talk about apply regardless of whether or not you're Thronebreaker or Conqueror, because glory is this incredible resource that did not exist for a long time in the game. I think it's easy to think about the game now and how far it's evolved and forget how much Kabam has helped players. The glory store is incredible. We used to get no glory. The monthly calendars are incredible. We used to not get those. The daily crystals used to be filled with 1 and 2 star champions. Now if you're a Thronebreaker, you can pull a 5-star from them or even 10,000 6-star shards, plus of course incredible rank up materials. So when I talk about Kabam sometimes being shady, and they are a company that tends to flirt with the shade, so to speak, it's also important to give them credit for how much they're giving all players, because you don't have to be a whale to get glory. You don't have to be a whale to get a daily crystal or a login calendar. And especially in December, where we have things like anniversary calendars and special gifts, though some of you have already realized you got coal, so we're hoping that you don't actually get coal on December 25th. But I was asked, because just off the top of this, let's get this Thronebreaker dilemma out of the way. I was asked what I thought about this. 5% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystal. Prof, you gotta purchase it. I mean, these things are so rare, right? No! My motto in this game is more choice, less chance. More control, less of a gamble. Until I see the word crystal replaced with selector, I am never buying this. Because for 2,700 glory, I can get so much more of a guaranteed value for my roster and my rank up decisions. And make no mistake about it, Kabam has shifted the economy of the game. It has never been easier to get champions. I don't care if you're talking about 6-star champions, 5-star champions, 4-star champions, etc. So they used to charge a premium for crystals, and they still occasionally do, like we saw yesterday when they were asking for $200 for a purchase price of a 6-star crystal plus extras. Also, hello, Allobolic, and a relevant podcast notification. That's a first, by the way. Pretty interesting podcast if you want to hear that. Okay, we are going to continue. So, this is a crystal. Too much of a gamble. Way too much of a gamble. Don't do it. Instead, the 2 things you want to concentrate, I don't care if you're Cavalier, Thronebreaker, heck, even Uncollected. Tier 5 Basic, which if you're a Thronebreaker, 6,750 per purchase. Just think of it this way. 2,700 for this, for the same amount of glory, you can get almost 3 of these, which is more than 1/3 or 33% of a fully formed Tier 5 Basic. It used to cost over $100 retail in the unit store for Kabam to sell Tier 5 Basic Catalyst Fragments. The first time that they came out for $100 and just a little bit of gold, it was $4,500 for $100. Now we can get much more than that with glory. But the best value for glory remains the Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst. You can see I've already maxed out my purchase, and before I even get the glory from today's glory rewards allocation. I am not going to spend any more. I'm carrying my 2,758 glory over to the next Alliance Quest week, but I'm continue to hoard Tier 2 Alpha only, and then save the rest of the glory. Because everyone's account is different, my account currently has not one but two fully formed Tier 5 Basic and Overflow, because for Throne Breakers on Cyber Weekend, for whatever reason, it was much, much, much easier to get Tier 5 Basic than it was Tier 2 Alpha. They replaced the $5 for a Tier 2 Alpha that was so amazing on July 4th with just crystal shards for Throne Breakers on Cyber Weekend, which I still think was a mistake, but they wanted to shift the economy of the game and then charge $10 for a Tier 2 Alpha the week after Cyber Weekend sales were finished. With that being said, Tier 4 Basics, unless you really, really need them, you can get Tier 4 Basics so much easier now just from solo milestones, and even from the Tier 4 Basic Arena still, though that is not as valuable of a use of your time as it once was. Tier 3s, skip them. Skip the Tier 3s altogether. Skip the Tier 2s, and especially the Tier 1s. Skip all of those. Now, when it comes to this thing, absolutely one of the best values of the store, because it is something that is very cheap. 280 glory. I still think, statistically speaking, the best value in general is this level 4 Alliance health potion, which I believe still resets every day. I haven't purchased one of these in a while. And that's 6,000 health. So, if you need to use your glory on non-rank up materials, the Revive and the level 4 Alliance health potion, and I'd max out those 5, but I would purchase 1 per day, is amazing. And then Tier 1 Alphas are not nearly as good a value. I mean, you consider Tier 1 Alphas are so much easier to get than even Tier 4 Basic, and Tier 1 Alphas cost 100, Tier 4 Basic cost 200. So if I was discussing the value of either of those two, and I only could choose one, I think it's obvious that Tier 4 Basic actually is a better purchase than the Tier 1 Alpha. But I will also say the same thing about Tier 1 Alphas and Tier 4 Basic, and I have learned this the hard way, that you can think that you are Tier 1 Alpha or Tier 4 Basic or especially Tier 2 Alpha rich. And then you suddenly take that 5-star you've been waiting up. Maybe you opened a Nexus on Cyber Weekend and you finally pulled Dr. Doom. And so you took him from rank 3 to eventually rank 5, and that cost you 10 Tier 2 Alpha. So suddenly you had 12 Tier 2 Alpha, and now you have 2. So you can blink, and your stash will be gone. This is the worst value for your glory for most players, because it is not a selector. If Kabam wanted this to be worth 300 glory, they should make it a selector. But because it's not, this is again something that you can get way, way, way easier now. I have 101 of these. That's the most I've ever had in my account. And I opened like 30 of them when I took the G-Spot, aka Sunspot, to rank 5 last month. 30 of them. So you can get these things like candy if you finish in the top 10% of the 22-hour events. And because I'm addicted to the arena, and especially with hero use or sometimes even level up, I do finish routinely in the top 10%. Plus you get one for free, even if you're in a lower level progression just for logging into the game every month, etc. Don't spend your glory on Tier 4 class Catalyst crystals. I think you know better than I do what your needs are, but Tier 2 Alpha remains number 1, Tier 5 Basic number 2, and then it's an argument depending on your need for Tier 4 Basic or Tier 1 Alpha, but I think number 3 and number 4, if I was to rank them, the level 4 Alliance Health Potion would be number 3, and then using that after you purchase the level 1 Alliance Team Revive is number 4. The rest, don't blow on things you can get and grind easily in the game. You want your glory to be spent on things you can't, and this is a great reflection of that. My goal was to keep this video under 10 minutes, and we are just about there, so let's end it here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and as always, good luck with your glory store purchases. Just remember, you can hoard up to like 12,000 glory, so if you have glory in the overflow like I do, that you want to specifically target a resource like Tier 2 Alphas in the coming weeks, go ahead and do it.